Hello, we are here to do our 2023 general message for all signs and what we can expect. Here I have a little painting that I did in relation to what we can expect. Might look like nothing to you, but there's a lot of interesting stuff coming up, and so we will see if we pull up some cards what comes up for us, setting the intention as well that we get all the messages that we need. Okay, Three of Swords, heartache. Okay, not a great way to start off the year, but I'm gonna not go into month to month like I've done the last couple of years. I'm actually just gonna focus in on just general messages for everyone, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna break down each sign, and I'm gonna have all of those up for you shortly. So whenever we see 3 coming up here, excuse me, it tells us that there's something that we're just finally realizing or recognizing, okay? And right away my throat started to feel really cut off when I was saying this. So to me, this represents someone who is kind of recognizing a situation for what it is. And so this could be some of the worldly things that we've been experiencing. You might be starting to really just say, you know what, it is what it is. But it doesn't mean that it's easy. And what I'm getting here is that we have to start expressing ourselves to the point where we feel like we have nothing left to say. And so if we are not speaking up, then you are going to be finding that it could affect you negatively in terms of your heart. It might end up hurting you. So is it worth not speaking your truth? Is it not worth sharing what you feel? All right, so we are not holding back at all. And if you are, it's not going to be in your own favor, okay? So really important to recognize. Let's see what else comes up here. More swords. Okay, so guys, when we see swords coming up, like these are coming up for us, swords represents our thinking, our thought pattern. So it is absolutely necessary to start changing our mindsets. So if you're watching this, again, please make sure you're subscribed, but you're watching this for a reason. Maybe you're an overthinker, maybe you struggle with some form of anxiety or stress, and so that's what you're looking for is more guidance. If you would like a reading, feel free to go onto robinshealing.com and book online there. I do 15 and 30-minute readings over Zoom. And if you want to join my email list as well, feel free to do that. I leave that in the comments. You can see that underneath my main page, underneath my channel as well. I'm going to be doing some offerings for 2023, so stay tuned for that. All right, so one other thing I want to share is that I have a membership group because there's someone who keeps watching these videos that absolutely needs to be in our group. You can join for as little as $11.11. There's no harm in just starting from the base and working your way up there. You can cancel at any time, but the reason why that's coming up is because I have a lot of healings and clearings in there that can really support you with some of this energy. And so all you have to do is say yes to some of those healings, and it can start to impact you in a positive way, okay? So why would you not want to do that? Second of all, what's coming up here is the 9. So when we put 9 and air together, what do we get? A lot of stress, a lot of anxiety. And so what are we doing with this? What is the lesson in this card? What do we need to know? This is saying that it's never as bad as you think that it is, or you might feel that it is right now. And so this is very much related to this other card. And it's saying, okay, yes, we're getting the reality check here. We're getting more clear. We're seeing it for what it is. So if you're not expressing yourself, you might find that things are building up. Things are feeling worse. Maybe you're not sleeping that well. But if you are expressing yourself, if you are working through that energy, if you're learning to build that courage, what you're going to find is that you are sleeping better, that you are less worried, that you are less stressed, okay? So this is also mindfulness exercises. Again, underneath my membership group, we have meditations monthly if you're a beginner. I also have some meditations underneath my meditation playlist here. Whatever you can do to get on board with your mental health, this is the absolute year to do that. We have a major issue with mental health right now, and based on these cards right now, there are people who are really worked up, and there are people who might be a little sad too. So if we put both cards together and add them up from a numerology standpoint, we have 12. And 12 to me represents someone who's in that planning mode. What should I start doing? So that might look like a New Year's resolution for you. What am I going to start incorporating into my life? Is it meditation? Is it mindfulness? Again, underneath my VIP memberships, you'll be able to get, I did 3 nights of just mindfulness. It's not yoga, it's just mindfulness. And so, but we incorporate a tiny bit of yoga within that, okay? The other thing too is there's new beginnings coming up for certain people, not everyone, because you have to initiate the new beginning. So for those of you who are choosing to continue to be stressed and keep things down and suppressed, that's completely up to you. We already talked about ways to move through that. But if you're one of the other people who is willing to start sorting out the energy, you are willing to do some of these exercises, you are willing to take the action step, there's going to be a bright new beginning here for you. And it feels like it's relationship based, because if you're able to open up emotionally, what you're going to find is you'll either have a really strong sense of self moving forward throughout this year. You might find that you have that attitude of gratitude, and you're using your sensitivities to help you instead of hinder you. And I am getting that there's someone in particular watching that does need to swallow their pride. And so sometimes that means I need to ask for help, I need to borrow some money, I need to look at my shadow side, which, if you don't know, I do a lot of shadow work, I do a lot of full moon work. And again, you go into my memberships to go deeper into that. You can also check out all my playlists, okay? So what else do we need to know here? 4 of Pentacles. Holy moly, we're getting some really interesting cards here. So 4 is telling me that there's some form of balance coming in right now. But it's up to you to continue to work on your mindfulness, especially when it comes to your resources. How are we using our resources in 2023? Well, it feels like some people are nervous in terms of how to put forward, and that they can't put forward, that they can't buy things, that they can't sell things anymore, whatever it is. By the way, I have a store, so you can check that out through robinshealing.com. Pentacles represents the earth element, the money, the work, all of that stuff. And again, we have control next to the card. So this is telling us that we're searching for security, but what we're fearful of is not having enough. And so with all of these resources that we can access, why are we not accessing them? So if you have a mental health issue, why are you not getting readings and healings, going for counseling, getting help, working through the issues? Perhaps it's because of finances, but this is saying that there are tons of resources out there for you. So you have to see yourself in a light of someone who is positive, someone who is supportive. Working on your I am statements are going to be extremely helpful this year, okay? What is an I am statement? It's when we state, or an affirmation statement, I am this. And if you continue to repeat, I am strong, I am stronger than I was yesterday, I am powerful, I am healthy, I am stronger than last year, whatever it is, okay? You can keep repeating this to the point where you will vibrate that. And that's going to be really helpful for those of you who are stressing about money and who are feeling like you financially do not have all your ducks in a row. Let's just put it that way, okay? So six of Pentacles, again, this is a good card to have, but it's still for the people who are worrying, okay? So we have different types of people on here, as we know in a general reading. You're going to see if you watch all of my other videos that you're going to get a message from all of them, even if it's not your sign. So we have sun signs, moon signs, and rising signs. All right, so you might want to find out all 3 of yours and watch all 4 of the videos, and you're going to see connections to all of them. But so some people that are in that scarcity mindset, it's really just you're being called out on that to start putting forward more. And that some of the reasons why you're not getting ahead is because you're forgetting how resourceful you actually are, that you are stronger than what you think you are. And so confidence is going to play a large role for us in 2023 for everybody, because it feels like we're not fully trusting our passions. For people that don't know, we've been shifting out of a materialistic world and we're moving into more of a humanitarian world, in a more artistic light as well. Probably why I was doing the painting. Probably why I'm doing healings and free readings, etc. And so if you feel like you're not a part of society anymore, then step into that circle of love and trust, because it's your job to become a part of the new you. Okay, so this is still related to our new beginnings that we were talking about. Are you initiating those new beginnings? Are you taking steps in the right direction? If you're not sure, get a reading. Otherwise, just keep focusing on your give and take. So the World card is another really positive card to have. As you can see, we're surrounded by different crystals and stones, which I also sell. And these were the ones that I picked out for specifically for this reading. So we have yellow citron, which represents joy, finances. All right. So the World card is fabulous to have when we're thinking about our love life as well. So if you think about someone who you want to attract into your life, what would that person look like? Would they be blonde hair, brown hair? Who are you most attracted to? Even if you're already in a partnership, what do these people look like? Are they rich? Are they popular? Are they public figures? Because what you truly want to do is just magnetize yourself to more people like that this year. And so by getting ahead of this before 2023 comes in and getting these readings, it's really fabulous just to start focusing on. And so yes, sometimes people do vision boards. I do have a video in relation to that. But it feels deeper than that. It feels like magnetize, like loving, interesting people into your life. I don't think you will regret doing that. Okay, so these are our general messages. When we go into our painting here, it feels like some of these people are sad. Okay, seems to be a theme. Maybe those are some of the people watching me, but it feels like as a collective there's just this need to express, to outpour your emotions. Allow yourself to cry. Allow yourself to shower yourself with loving, supportive people, and taking more holidays this year will be helpful. I'm getting to, if possible, work on some anger. That's been coming up underneath my blog through robinshealing.com in relation to our new moon and next week's energy too. So I've been starting to write about messages, lucky numbers, and things that are coming up that'll be helpful for you. So anger is definitely something that we need to tweak, because there's no shame in admitting that you have anger. In fact, it can become a healthy emotion by allowing that anger to come out. It's just choosing when and where in terms of how to use that anger, okay? I'm also feeling like some people are light workers that are watching me here, and so if you're a light worker, this feels like Continue to send love out to people, continue to worry less and heal more, that sort of thing. We know that that's a beautiful thing to focus on. I get some dark and stormy energy here. It feels like it's just because some people are mourning a loss. So you could have a loved one that passes away. That was a strong message I was getting too. And so I actually just did a little bit of a mediumship reading, and that's not something I have been advertising, but I've been opening myself up when people ask me to do mediumship readings, and just to allow the energy to flow. Sometimes people have someone specifically that they want to reach out to, and then those seem to be more supportive. But if I'm like navigating the energy, I'll kind of shift in and out of psychic mediumship, okay? But that seems to be coming up because I feel like I'm being called to more of that working with like loved ones who have passed. So that just feels important to share with people. I just see people gathering together during tough times. And so we are meant to come together in group settings. I'm also going to be doing retreats in 2023 too. So, taking advantage of things like that might be helpful, because sometimes it's just we're stronger together, right? I'm not sure if somebody's getting married as well, but there is a marriage certificate coming up here. I'm feeling like if somebody's struggling with alcohol abuse as well, this is saying that it's just about you taking charge of the things that you want to start changing, that sort of thing. If you want to vacation more, if you want to travel more, then it feels like just taking that action step. That's what our cards were already discussing, to take that initiative. That's just the painting is giving us a little bit more detail here. I see somebody maybe rock climbing as well, doing some type of adventure sports, going out into the mountains, that sort of thing, mountain climbing. But there's definitely some adventure coming up for you. It feels significant. It feels well needed, well deserved. I'm seeing some tropical energy here too. I'm feeling like new pets feel really good as well. Visiting museums and learning about history also feels significant. More laughter, joy, reminding ourselves that joy is medicine, and so that must take priority. Where we are shedding some skin, we're shedding some layers. Again, where the alcohol abuse is still coming up, it feels important to acknowledge that we need change, but we also need to just give in to where we are, and it's just accepting ourselves no matter what, okay? I'm getting that there are some people either collecting fossils, geology, geometry, sacred geometry. I feel like using the mind in terms of ways that are supportive for you. Again, we're already talking about some mental health stuff. We've got some more like yellow in here. And so it just feels like there are some secrets that are being revealed. Okay. So don't be surprised if you start finding out some deep secrets and deep-seated rooted issues that certain people have that you didn't know they had, okay? So don't be alarmed if somebody starts telling you some of their darker sides, their moments, all right? I'm feeling like astrology is really important for people, so it probably makes sense why you're drawn to me working on the astrological signs. I'm feeling like music, concerts, that's going to be really great this year. I'm also feeling like doing your hair in a different way, dressing in a different way. This is a great way to change your image, to bring in the new you. Lots of beautiful feminine energy. You might be having a baby girl, or there could be a baby girl coming into your life in some sort of way. I feel like there might be someone who runs on the judgmental side, or they judge themselves as well. If this relates to you, you're the one that needs to work on that feminine side. It's loving yourself unconditionally. It's getting any poison out of you, as we were just talking about, getting any toxin relief out of you. Really, really important for 2023. So If you do feel called to working with me in person as well, I'm always willing to take people in person if we're the right fit for each other. I'm located in Riverview, New Brunswick. I would love to help you out. This is all I'm going to share because I'm going to go into depth with the rest of our readings. I hope you have an amazing 2023. Happy early New Year, happy holidays, and thanks so much for taking the time. Please make sure you like the like button, comment about this, and make sure you check out my blog, my memberships, and all of my other stuff. Bye for now.